Okay, for this problem, we have a base and an acid. It doesn't say neutralize, it doesn't say titrate. So this is an acid plus base problem where we're looking at who wins. Basically, do we have more H than OH or more OH than H? That means for my base, I need to find the OH. My acid, I need to find the H. And for those, I mean moles, not just molarity. Moles of H and moles of OH, so I can compare them. Starting with my base, strontium hydroxide. Obviously, we gave you one with a 2-to-1 ratio just to make things more annoying, but also for good extra practice. We have the molarity of the base. We have the liters of the base if you convert 300 to liters. So 0.2 times 0.3, that gets me my moles of strontium hydroxide to be 0.06. But I want the moles of just hydroxide. There are 2 hydroxides in the one strontium hydroxide. Or if you look at the dissociation, there's a coefficient of 2 in front of the hydroxide, which is what we want. So multiplying by want over have, we want the hydroxide. We have the strontium hydroxide. We get 0.12 as our moles of OH. Pausing on that so we can go look at the acid. Same idea, we have the molarity. We have the liters. I had to convert 450 mils to 0.45 liters. I do 0.3 times 0.45. My moles of nitric acid are 0.135. There's only one hydrogen in nitric acid, so it's a 1-to-1 ratio. And this is my moles of H+. Because 0.135 is bigger than 0.12, the acid wins, the H+ wins. I need to find out by how much. 0.135 moles of my H minus 0.12 moles of my OH are going to tell me how many moles of H+ I have extra. 0.135 minus 0.12 gets me 0.015 moles of H+ that are going to decide the pH of this. The rest of the H+ and OH neutralized each other. However much OH I had bonded with that H+ to neutralize, become water. Only this 0.015 extra moles of H+ are going to decide my pH. So I have 0.015 moles of H+. We are sitting in a total solution of 750 mils. I added those 2 numbers together. So I can find the remaining concentration of the H+ by taking those moles. Remember, brackets mean molarity, so I'm doing moles over liters over the 0.75. Added those together and converted them to liters, which gets me 0.02 as my concentration of hydrogen. And to find the pH, I take the negative log of that 0.02. And I get 1.7. Since that was the H+ that was left over, when I negative logged it, this is already my pH. If it were the OH minus, that would have been my POH. I'd have to do one more step there. The only time some of you might be confused on when we use total volume and when we don't, acid plus acid, base plus base, acid plus base where someone wins. All 3 of those, we use total volume. The only time we don't use total volume is on a neutralization.